interstate. Flat tire in the pouring rain. Everybody in a hurry just passes her by. And then some old boy in a pickup truck, Higgintown, gets down in the mud. Must be an angel that's what crosses her mind. You won't hear about it on the news tonight, or read it in the paper in black and white. Chalk it up to being one of those everyday heroes. Everyday heroes. House fire in the middle of the day. The neighbors said the firemen are on their way. They could hear the screams of a child through the smoke and flames. And then someone ran into that hell, and now that baby is doing well, thanks to a stranger that never gave his name. And they're in every city, in every town. You never even know that they're around, but someday you might need one of those everyday heroes. Everyday heroes. Yeah. There was a soldier standing in the desert sand, looking down on a dying man. Nobody had ever seen such bravery. One last breath and he was gone, but 5 young men will be going home. Because of him they'll get to see their family. And they're in every city, in every town. You never even know that they're around, but someday you might need one of those everyday heroes. Everyday heroes. Everyday heroes. Everyday heroes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
She's on the stage and she's playing another Merlin and some Waylon. She is country like country used to be. So raise your glass and join the party. She's not done, she'll sing some Johnny. Country music is deep in her soul. Oh, country ain't country like it used to be. They're trying to replace it with wannabes. So bring back those legends just like before. 'Cause country ain't country
Making her debut on the Tim Kelly Show tonight, that is Pamela Rooney and Country Ain't Country Anymore. Well, it is on this radio station, ladies and gentlemen. If you like country, new country's best, you're in the right place. And before that, Chad Street kicking us off tonight with a great tune called Everyday Heroes. Welcome to the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio. Add a .com to that. We are live on our website right now from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. We call this particular show New Music Friday. We've got lots of new music for you to play tonight, and I've got a good-looking playlist, and a lot of artists that are listening right now are on that playlist, so that's an awesome deal. We appreciate the support, and we have a couple of great radio interviews tonight. Kenzie Lewis is going to be with us at the bottom half of hour number 1. She is a former American Idol contestant. She was on the show not once, but twice. We'll talk about that and play her brand new song called Rockstar Baby that just dropped at midnight last night. So that's going to be awesome. And then we've got Kay Shelby at the bottom half of hour number 2. I interviewed her about a year ago, and we're going to catch up and play some of her brand new music as well. And she is from the north of the border in Canada. We want to give a big shout out and thank you to all of the other radio stations that do replay this program, and Canada's one of them. We appreciate it. But we've got KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com from Colorado, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, devilscountryradio.com, radiotheking.be, also from Belgium, WVMIradio.com, realradio.us, DownTheRoadRadio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, RadicalOnlineRadio.com, LakeParadiseRecords.net, a great Sony Orchard record label that has our live radio player on their website. We are on CountryRadio.lu, 93.9 FM in Luxembourg. You can hear the recorded podcast on our website at the top of the homepage of KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. Back to the music. How about brand new music from Jordan Shepherd? This is called Lonesome Song on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
I've been thinking maybe I should leave this place behind. Point that motorcycle to the west. Don't let up for long until I start to see big sky disappear into the wilderness. Maybe all this time I've been missing mountains. Maybe I won't ever find where I belong. Thinking maybe it's all over, and I don't care to be here anymore. Drinking don't do anything but drag up those old memories I thought that I could drink away before. Maybe I'll just drive until I find tomorrow. Maybe I'll just write another lonesome song. Maybe I'm too blind to see that I'm the author of my sorrow. Maybe I won't ever find where I belong. thinking maybe I should do you all a favor. Pre-board the last train for the coast. I don't wanna break your heart and tear this family apart, but I've been thinking lately I might make a better ghost. Well, maybe I could find a way to say I'm sorry. Maybe I could even put it in a song. But then my restless spirit would be tied to it, my darling. Maybe I won't ever find where I belong. Maybe I won't ever find where I belong. Maybe I won't ever find where I belong.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
How do you heal after you've been hurt? When someone cuts you deeper than the river cuts the earth. Where do you turn when there's no one left to mend the shattered soul inside yourself? You gotta keep your faith, try and stay strong, even when everything else in your life is going wrong. You can't let them go and just walk away with pieces of your heart that they tried to take. But
Making her radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show, her name is Ashton Shepherd, and that is called This Heart Won't Break. I love her vocals. She is super talented, and I want to thank a gentleman that listens to the program by the name of Keith Camp for turning me on to Miss Ashton Shepherd. We hope to hear more from her and maybe an interview on the way. How about that? Well, I will be interviewing this next artist on the next edition of Triple Play Thursday. That happens next week on January the 18th. His name is Johnny Falstaff. This is called All Right, All Right on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
In the light of a moonlit night, I'm witness, kissless, to the sound of a midnight town, and I don't hear you. A million feet on the busy streets, and they're hustling, rustling. They all want to be near me, but I'm not near you. And in the light of day, I see things in a different way. Lonely only comes at night. By morning I'm alright, 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 alright. Shoes shuffling down the street, detecting, reflecting, just a stain on the window pane, and I don't see you. 'Cause in the light of a moonlit night, I'm witness, kissless. She could be what she wants to be, but she can't be you. And in the light of day, I see things in a different way. Lonely only comes at night. By morning I'm alright, 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 alright.
You're listening to New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio.
Hey girl, you don't know me, but I sure know what it's like to be hanging off his every word, thinking you're the reason his world turns. It turns for you, used to turn for me, but you'll see who he turns out to be. From one girl to another, from one ex to the next, boys like him don't ever change. Don't go thinking you're so different before you head into a heartbreak. Here's a little something you should know. To him you're just a number, and he goes from one girl to another.
That is the brand new single from McKenna Faith Winters, my good 15-year-old young friend on the radio tonight. That is called One Girl to Another, her 5th single out to radio already. She is one of the hardest working young ladies in the world of country music and one of the biggest supporters of this program, and I sure do appreciate that as well. Go check out McKenna Faith Winters, One Girl to Another, brand new music tonight on New Music Friday. This next artist made his radio debut last night on Triple Play Thursday. We're going to play him again. His name is Kyle Mercer. This is called In a Minute on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
I was listening that night in the very back. You could hear a pin drop and the room was packed. With that guitar he played sweet melody. Heard a familiar song from the radio. It hit my heart with every note. That was Grandpa's favorite song that I'd sing. I was in my early 40s is how it starts. And live like you were dying was his favorite part. And it's those songs that keep us singing about life and love and family and saying goodbye to friends. There's lines about heartbreak and finally moving on. Lines about your faith and how it grows strong. Brings tears to your eyes as you listen. A song can change your life in a minute. I remember it like it was yesterday. Heard the band start up some old George Strait. So I asked her to dance in that honky tonk. Our love is unconditional, is how it starts. And then you fall in love till I cross my heart. And it's those songs that keep us singing about life and love and family and saying goodbye to friends. There's lines about heartbreak and finally moving on. Lines about your faith and how it grows strong. Brings tears to your eyes as you listen. A song can change your life in a minute. A song can change your life in a minute. Oh, in a minute. In a minute.
Nobody knows new country
Like we know new country.
Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
She walked through the door, my heart hit the floor. From across the bar I looked deep into her eyes. She carried herself with a certain kind of pride that even her modesty couldn't hide. The time to look away come and go. My subtleties now strong. I didn't do anything wrong. I just stared a little too long. walking down the street. Never know who you meet. I look left as she walks by. Got a whiff of something sweeter. Look back, our eyes meet. Just hold right there for a little while. The time to look away, you come and go. My subtlety's now strong. I didn't do anything wrong. I just stared a little too long. Usually I can tell if you wanna be under my spell. It's your heart that I seek. Sometimes love doesn't speak. Come on, baby, just play along. Stare a little too long. I walked out as she walked in. Here we go again. Seemed to work most every time. Glance, a knowing smile. Hold those eyes for a while and don't look away. 'Cause you know you're not wrong when that awkward time comes, when others might look away. You just stay strong, stare a little too long. It might be your lucky day when that right girl comes your way. You'll sing to her this song when she stares back, stares a little too long.
His name is Ridge Banks, good friend of mine from Nashville, Tennessee, and that is his brand new single. It is called Stare Too Long, and I've been staring at this playlist that I got going on, and it's a good one, but we got a couple of radio interviews thrown into the mix tonight as well. First up, we have Miss Kenzie Lewis with us tonight. How are you, my friend?
Hey, I'm hanging in like a hair and a biscuit, Tim. How you doing?
All right, a hair and a biscuit. I love it. You sound country as cornbread, too.
Oh, man. I tried to hide it for a long time, but it always slips through the cracks.
Yeah, right. Well, it is a pleasure to have you on the program tonight. You got a brand new song that we're going to play first tonight called Rockstar Baby that just dropped at midnight last night, and I was able to grab that and put it in the rotation for this evening.
Well, I'm so excited.
Yep, me too, and you got it going on. I found you on YouTube, and we started talking and became friends on social media, and then we booked an interview. We've had you in our chat room that we got going on, so it's been fun so far, and I look forward to the interview tonight and a whole lot more music from you.
Well, I look forward to it, too. I've got a bunch of music coming out.
That is awesome. And music obviously is your passion. For folks that don't know you, and I'm interviewing you for the first time tonight, so we're just getting to know each other, but you were on a show called American Idol not once, but twice, and I believe once you got the golden ticket, right?
Twice I did.
Twice you did? Awesome.
Yeah, I sure did. The first time I was 15. I auditioned with Martina McBride, Aretha Franklin, made it to group rounds, and you know what? I was so nervous, Tim. I forgot the words on stage during group rounds. So you know, I made it that far.
Yeah, there you go.
And then the second time around, I made it to the round right before group rounds. So it was a great experience for being 15 and 16. My first time on a plane, and You know, Mom and me had a blast. My Nana got to come out. It was awesome.
That is awesome, and that's quite a deal for a young lady like yourself. And you told me, and I want to tell on the air because they are listening, another 15-year-old young lady that I did her first radio interview with last year in 2023 is with us tonight, McKenna Faith Winters, and her mom and dad are listening too. And you said you really like her sound, so.
Oh my goodness, if they're listening, your daughter is insanely talented, and I said that to Tim right when I got on the phone with him. I said, she's going places.
Yep, that was the first thing we were talking about, so that is good, and I love that when it comes to the independent artist, because it's about artists supporting other artists, and a lot of great collaborations come from people listening to this program and other independent radio shows like mine. Duets come from it, you know, songwriting and all kinds of cool stuff. So that's neat.
I love that. I'm all about, you know, just uplifting people, man. You know, life's too short to bring people down. You got to bring them up.
Boy, absolutely. Hey, I love what you got going on, too, on social media especially. And thanks for promoting this show and vice versa. It's been awesome so far.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you doing that. Your musical influences, I'm looking at names like Joan Jett, Amy Winehouse, Alicia Keys. That's some good stuff.
Oh, yeah, man. You know, Patsy Cline, Tammy Wynette, Loretta Lynn, Dolly. I grew up on a lot of country.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then, of course, I got my soul artists that I just absolutely love and have listened to since I was a child, too, so...
Yep, that is awesome. Now, and I ask this for a lot of times for a young lady, why country music? There's a lot of genres out there, and you know, there's a lot of different influences, but why country for you?
You know, that's funny you asked, because when I was 18, I was convinced. I said, you know what? I know I'm born to do country. I love country, but I'm gonna be different. And I was convinced I wasn't going to do country music, but I always wrote country music. I always, you know, at the end of the day, I was still listening to it. So, you know, recently I went back to my roots. And so, you know, that's really all I can say about that is just I came back to my roots after living my 20s kind of lost and confused. And
yep. Where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Hodgenville, Kentucky. So
Kentucky.
of course, you know, grew up in a country town, real small town.
Yep.
And you know, that's most of us all listen to country music out there.
Yep. Another artist I interviewed last spring that's really doing well in country music from Kentucky, and you probably know who she is Taylor Austin Dye.
Yes, I do. She's talented.
She is killing it, isn't she?
She sure is. I actually just saw something of hers on TikTok, I think last night.
Yep, she's all over TikTok. I was actually watching her last night when I was doing my other gig, and she's putting makeup on while she's doing the video. And
yeah.
She's putting her fake eyelashes on and all that stuff. So
you know, I can't even. I try to if I'm singing, and I end up poking my eye.
Yeah.
So.
But I'll tell you, she's not fake when it comes to making country music. She is the real deal, and you are too, young lady.
Thank you. Yep. She sure is, and I just love music. It's my therapy, and I grew up on country, and I've always loved country.
So later on, you decided to move to Nashville to pursue music. How long you been there?
Yeah, so when I turned 18, like I said, I was hard-headed, didn't listen to my parents. I moved out here, like, right at 18. You know, was chasing my dreams out here. I ended up having a daughter.
Yep.
I moved back to Kentucky because I was like, whoa, this is real life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And big city. So I moved back to Kentucky and then, you know, lived there for a little bit longer and moved back out to Nashville in July of this year, actually.
Of this year, okay. 2023, yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're in 2024 now, too.
Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it?
That's right. Or when you got kids, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And you were telling me, I believe, before we got started, you have 3 kiddos.
I do. I have a 2-year-old. Well, he's almost 2. A 3-year-old and a 9-year-old.
Mm-hmm. And you told me also, just briefly, that you are a survivor of domestic violence. I don't know how long you want to talk about that or anything you want to say about that, but that is awesome.
Hey, you know, all I really want to say is if anybody is going through it or has been through it, I'm proud of you for getting out of it. And if you're not out of it, you can always reach out, and I'm here for anybody that struggles with that or has struggled with it.
Wow, I appreciate that. That is awesome, and we're a big advocate for different things like that and helping people get out of those situations. And and unfortunately today, the suicide rate is so terribly high, and it has affected people we know in this world of country music too. I was just listening to a young lady at 37. She took her own life. Her name was Mindy McCready from Arkansas, Heber Springs, Arkansas. And I loved her music, and boy, what a talent and a voice. And then Winona Judd's mom, Naomi, just last year too. So that's unfortunate.
It's so sad. It makes my heart just break.
Yeah. So and those weren't necessarily linked to domestic violence, but a lot of demons out there in people, and unfortunately it affects the people that we love and that we know that have affected us and by watching their careers in country music and that type of thing. So kudos to you, young lady.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I got close to God, and I really probably wouldn't have left the situation I was in if it wasn't for music and being able to write, and honestly, just God, praying.
Yep, absolutely.
Praying for peace and praying for peace to leave,
Yep. Now, the first song that I heard from you was a great song, and we're going to play it tonight too, but it's called Roots, and that's the one that showed up on my YouTube feed, so super well done on that. But boy, things just, it keeps getting better and better. When Rockstar Baby came out last night, I was like, wow, this is good.
Thank you. Thank you. Roots is I wrote that song for my nonna and my poppy and my mama, because like I said, most of my 20s, I pushed them away for toxic people and a toxic life. And then I had found out my grandfather had passed away, and, I hadn't really got to see him at all since it had been a long time. And it hit me pretty hard, and so I wrote this song about it, and, just about coming back to your roots and, making things right.
I love it. And now let me ask you this question too. Do you personally have any siblings? And if so, are they musically inclined, any of them like you?
You know what? It's crazy. My whole family is musically inclined.
There you go.
My aunt, she sings. My biological father sings. He plays shows all around Kentucky. My brother, he'll tell you he can't sing, but that man can sing, and I'll tell you what, he shreds some karaoke. And then on my mama's side, my grandfather, he sang. He was a beautiful singer. I mean, my whole family can sing.
Wow, that is awesome. Now, the plans for you in Nashville, are you trying to put together a band, or are you just getting more time right now into the recording studio and just putting out singles?
Well, so that's also funny, Max, because so I have been just in the studio. I have played a few shows the past few months, but nothing too crazy. I've been in the studio. Well, today I got off a pretty big phone call, and I don't want to go too much into detail, but I'll be playing a lot of shows.
Well, awesome.
Coming up. So I'll be doing a lot of that, a lot of traveling, and a lot of playing.
Have you ever been to Branson?
I haven't, but I'm going to come, Tim.
That sounds good. Hey, we can see if we can help you make that happen.
Yes, I would love to.
Starting February the 10th, I'm going to be working with the theater here in Branson called Pierce Arrow, and the Nashville Roadhouse Live show that I worked with last year. I did 8 shows in that old theater before it got sold, and so they moved to a new one, and they've invited me to come back and start doing my shows on the weekend. So I'm going to move this program to Friday and Saturday nights, and be able to sit down with some of the artists that come in there live and do some interviews, and then also invite some of you guys to maybe come perform. And they have a TV show too that they're doing, and they got a 3-year contract for doing that, and they're in year number 2 now, so we'll see.
No way! That's so big, though.
Yep.
I'm so happy for you, and
thank you.
anytime, I'll be there.
You're good on TV, obviously. You've been on there a couple of times, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Good until I forget the lyrics, right?
Right up until the... we'll get a teleprompter in there or something. We'll help you out.
Right. You gotta help me out. Now,
Yeah.
I got bad vision, so I might have to sit a little close.
You know, that's why I'm not a singer and I'm just a radio guy, because when I unmute the mic, I never know what I'm going to say, so there is no plan.
Well, if they dig deep into my American Idol interviews, they'll get a good laugh out of my interview at 15 years old.
Yeah, that is awesome. Tell us kind of a little bit, too, about what that experience was like and meeting some of the people like the judges and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it was just crazy. My first audition, my first season was in Nashville, and it was like a big old cattle call. I mean, we were sitting outside, me and my mom, sat outside for hours and hours. And, you know, it's funny because the people we sat in line with, I'm still friends with them today. And then, you know, you go through a lot of rounds before you actually get to meet the judges.
Yep.
And, you know, they want to know your story, everything like that. It's a lot. It's a crazy experience, and meeting the judges was mind-blowing. I mean, I remember standing in front of J-Lo, and I was just in awe. And then, of course, Steven Tyler, man, I fangirled over him a bit.
Yeah, isn't that something? Yeah, I've got some songs from him in the world of country music. He was kind of ticked off at radio a few years ago because they wouldn't play his country music stuff because, you know, of everybody knowing him from Aerosmith. But he's pretty good in the world of country music, too.
He's such a good person, too. When we were in Hollywood, before the group rounds, he actually came out. They normally would sit up where they, you know, on TV where they sat. Steven Tyler actually walked down to where we were sitting, and he told us about his past, you know, just about not giving up and not letting the dark take over and following your dreams. I mean, he's just such a humble man.
Yeah. You know, I interviewed Jordan Rayner that was on season 24 this last season of NBC's The Voice. She was on Reba's team, and she's from Matoka, Oklahoma, which I lived down there for 20 years, so we had all that in common to talk about a couple of weeks ago. But she said the same thing kind of like you. It took a big part of her life, about 6 months, to do The Voice. You know, you see it on TV and how it plays out, you know, week after week, but it's a lot more than that, you know, behind the scenes, isn't it? It's a big part of your life.
Oh, yeah, I had to miss a lot of school. Of course, I had to get approval from my principal, then my superintendent. I remember still having to do schoolwork. I mean, it was definitely a big chunk of time. And if I would have made it further, it would have lasted my whole school year.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Well, the most important thing is that you got something from it and you're committed to keep going. And, you know, that's what happens to a lot of people, even though they don't win that competition because there's only one winner of the whole thing. You know, Jordan's got a whole tour called Spitfire Nation, and she's taking that on tour. And you're going to start doing shows, you said, and hopefully we can meet you here in Branson. So this is just the start.
Yes. And, you know, I think for a lot of artists, for me, it wasn't really just the competition. It's always just been music. And, you know, I've lived the life of, which I have a full-time job, but I've worked factories, I've welded, I've, you know, done it all. Wow. And I still love my music. You know, no matter what I'm doing in life, as long as I'm writing and singing, I'm happy.
That is awesome. So, you want to be a rock star, baby, or what?
You know what? I'm just putting out music and hoping to help other people.
Well, I love your song, and we're going to play it. If you can hang out just a little bit more, we're going to talk to Kenzie Lewis some more. But we're going to play her brand new single that just dropped at midnight last night. It is called Rockstar Baby on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
25 miles to Nashville, few dollars left in my tank. I'm heading down to chase them dreams that all the haters had said it's sank. 'Cause I'm a broken-hearted baby with a wild, wild heart, looking for a record deal. Maybe by the end of this little soul searching trip, my dreams will finally pay the bills. You can knock me down, spit in my face, but nothing's ever gonna get in my way. I'm gonna keep it going, pick up the pace. You're wasting another beautiful
That is the brand new single from Kenzie Lewis. It is called Rockstar Baby, and boy, you knocked that one out of the park. And of course, the song right now is just audio that you can find on YouTube. But you know, I see a lot of people hit that, and it shows up as views. So I know you're going to get a lot of views, which is actually listens to that song. But have you done a music video before, or is there any?
Yeah.
Well, I think you have with Roots, haven't you?
Yep, I've got a few music videos out, and all of my stuff is on like Apple, Spotify, you know, all that great stuff as well, alongside of YouTube.
So there might be plans for Rockstar Baby to be in a video pretty soon too, huh?
Yeah, very possibly. I'm actually going to Fort Worth, Texas, beginning of February to film my next release. I'm filming a music video at the Stockyard.
Wow. Okay. So
I'm so
you are
excited.
busy.
Oh, yeah, you know, slinging diapers and slinging music.
Yep. Absolutely. You know, and I said it about McKenna, the other 15-year-old that we were talking about earlier, you know, and I'll say it about you. You are one of the hardest working young ladies in the world of country music, too. And McKenna doesn't have kids yet. She's only 15. She got mom and dad supporting her for sure, but you got a full-time job just having 3 kiddos.
Yeah, it's they're a lot of work, and I love them so much, and I think honestly they're what pushed me to be better and to do something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
isn't that amazing how that happens?
it sure is, man. I love my kids.
Yeah, and you've got their support, and of course your mom and dad and all of your family, the talented family that you told us about that you have.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, my family's amazing.
That
I love them
that probably alone is a show you could take on the road, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, when I did American Idol, like my nonna actually had 8 kids, so
Wow.
I have a really big family on my mom's side, and my whole family came.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people came to sit at the hotel, of course, while I did the cattle call round.
Yep. You know, that would fit well in Branson, too, because there's a lot of family entertainment here, but they are families that perform, like the Dutton family. That's a huge family here in Branson. We know a bunch of those folks. The Hughes brothers, I think they have 32 people that are all family, kids and everything, performing on their show live on stage. And they bring them all out, and they get to perform together. And there's nothing better than that, living your dream and getting to do what you want to do for a living and bringing your kids up at the same time in that realm.
That would be like a dream come true. I swear, if my kiddos sing and love me, my daughter can sing real good. But that'd be so awesome.
Yep, and so there's always those possibilities. You know, you might hit onto something big here and start your own theater. They call this the live show capital of the world in this little town of 10,000 people. So.
Well, Tim, I hope y'all got room for me and my big old family.
We'll make room. We'll make room. we've got these rollaway beds and everything for the kiddos. You just
right,
it's amazing.
Bring them all. The second cousins, the third cousins.
That's right. You all come on down. Well, Kenzie, it has been a pleasure to meet you. And one more thing I want to ask you is, where would you prefer folks to reach out to you on social media if they want to hear more of your music or connect with you?
Yes, they can find me on Spotify, Apple, anything for music-wise, just Kenzie Lewis. And then y'all can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Oh, I got it all. It's all under Kenzie Lewis.
Okay, that sounds great. We're going to play the song Roots for your second song, and then we're going to kick off the top of the hour with one called Tattooed with Bad Luck. Now,
awesome.
I did see some tattoos in a picture or a video that you did yesterday or the day before, and I know you got a portrait tattoo on your left arm, I believe. Who's that portrait of?
You know what? I wish I could give you a great explanation. The one of a girl singing into a microphone is supposed to resemble me.
Uh-huh.
But, I don't think my artist grabbed a picture of me. I think he just drew a lady singing.
Okay.
So.
Well, I have a portrait on my left arm. I'm a huge sports fan, but a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan. And we talked about Amy Winehouse as one of the people that inspire you. I saw a tattoo artist here locally in the Branson area that did a portrait of Amy Winehouse on a girl. And then he did a John Wayne portrait on a guy. And I thought, I'm gonna get him to do my portrait tattoo. So I have the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, portrait tattoo on my left arm.
No way! That's so cool!
And hopefully one day I'll get to meet that young man and show him my Mahomes tattoo, and then I'll ask him where's his. But
Exactly.
he got one this last year on his leg, but it's not of himself. So
Did yours hurt on your arm?
yeah. After about the third hour, yeah. It took 4 hours to do it, and I worked the night shift the night before, and I was trying to sleep through it, but that didn't work. So,
Oh no, you can't. No. Some people say they can, but after a few hours of it, man, no.
So, and that's what made me think of Taylor Austin died too. You girls from Kentucky, she's all tatted up too, and I love it.
Yeah.
So. And then we got Ashley McBride. She's doing quite well in country music, and she's got a few too. She shows off. So.
That's right. I love her music as well.
You're in good company.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much for a great interview tonight. We'll be looking forward for more from you, and hopefully we can do this again in a month or two if you want to come back. I'd love to have you back on. It's been a blast.
Well, I'd love to come back, Tim. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
You are welcome. Her name is Kenzie Lewis. Check out this song and the video on YouTube to Roots on